Hey, welcome stream. Clearing this up. Meeting around 3, alright. Also, definitely didn't
Everyone has their
background.
own duty. The people of Vienna.
Hopefully you can get to probably like 11 at least. Hopefully. Order and chaos. Scale once tied to measure it all.
Let go of the hostage, sir! This won't do you any good! Go away! Damn it! That was close. Where's our backup?
DAA, at your service.
What's the situation?
See for yourself.
The city hall, usually bustling with foot traffic, now stands eerily empty. The reason is immediately clear.
Don't come any closer. Stay back! Stay back!
Please! Don't kill me! I'm sorry! I really am! Please let me go.
Shut up! It's too late now. Say another word and you are dead! Stay back!
He swings the blade in his hand wildly, his voice a furious, panic snarl. The crowd on the other side of the police barricade instinctively recoils. The woman standing just 10 paces away doesn't move an inch.
Hey! Trust me, pal. You really don't want to do this.
Who's that? Doesn't look like one of ours.
Just some civvy. She was talking with the suspect before we got here.
That woman...
What, you know her? Look familiar or something?
No, just a thought. It's nothing.
The woman glances towards the officers, seeming to notice their conversation.
People make mistakes. But some mistakes can't be undone. Don't put that blood on your hands, or it'll never wash off. Is hurting this guy worth all that pain and guilt? Sooner or later, he'll get what's coming to him for what he's done. I promise you that.
Her words seem to have an effect. The hostage taker hesitates, his face contorted in pain, his grip on the knife faltering.
But... I must!
He's distracted. Rookie, time for us to take him down.
Do you feel ready to discuss it? Present?
Crickets and fireworks!
I'll be right here.
Do have a little faith in me, Master.
Hey!
Have it easy.
Don't worry. It's been proven
Feel
safe.
this dark embrace.
Easy video game.
Great. Now back to the salon.
Actually, just one shot.
Please stand down, sir.
Although almost half his size, Dang manages to pin the suspect to the ground. The other officers swarm in, snapping handcuffs around his wrists before he can pick up another fight.
Suspect under control. I repeat, suspect under control. No further backup needed.
Looks like this case is wrapped up.
Nice moves. I was kinda hoping we get to see that familiar of yours, though.
A simple threat like this isn't worthy of Qiangliang. I have to reserve its assistance unless absolutely necessary.
So is this just another one of those rules? Or do you mean its help comes with a price tag?
Both.
Despite the curtness of her voice, her eyes widen a little at Potier's assurance. Potier scowls.
That it?
What do you mean?
I mean, so far, every time you talk about the job or your family rules, it's just the surface level stuff. How do you actually feel about any of this?
Ling looks genuinely confused.
How I feel? I don't understand why it would be necessary to mention that.
'Cause we're partners, kid. We've got to trust each other. How am I gonna let you watch my six if I don't even know how you tick?
Ling still doesn't seem to get it.
I see. You're my partner and instructor during my assignment with the LAPD Division of Arcane Affairs. So, I'll do my best to learn from you and complete my work as assigned. I won't slow you down.
That's not what I'm... Forget it.
Huh?
Ling's tone all but says, if personal feelings don't matter, Potier gives up trying to argue with someone with such a stubborn, unreadable demeanor. She simply stares at her, quietly seething to herself. Luckily, before things can spiral further, the hostage cuts through the tension.
Oh, thank God you took down that lunatic. I'm really grateful, miss. But ain't you a bit young to be an arcane affairs officer? I think I've seen that uniform somewhere else before. You're a vigil, right?
Yes, sir. Wait.
Ling swallows the rest of her words as she stares at the hostage just rescued. Her expression suddenly wary.
I know you.
The arcanist scammer Johnny 3 Times has been apprehended. Using his arcane skill, Ominous Obeisance, he manipulated his victims to do anything he asked, specifically transferring all their money to him.
You're that scammer Johnny 3 Times.
Oopsie. Guess that's the downside of getting your name in the papers.
What? Didn't we already book that guy? What's he doing here?
We got a sweetheart deal. A reduced sentence in exchange for revealing where he stashed all the dough he stole. And it was a shitload of money, too. Apparently from some big donors to the mayor's re-election campaign. Of course he demanded he be present for the unveiling of his stash, so they brought him here. That's when this loony attacked the police escort, took him hostage.
Should have killed him.
Hey, easy, officer. You've already got me. No need to be so rough with the cuffs.
Clam it, Johnny!
We should have just let that guy ice him.
True.
May I ask, officer, do we know if the man trying to kill him was...
Yeah, he's the son of a victim. This bastard took his mom for all she was worth, and when she found out, boom, heart attack.
Shakes his head, heaving a wary sigh. Johnny 3 Times snickers.
Like mother, like son. He was just as dumb as his doddering old mom. Worse even, because he didn't even catch wise to it. It's a concrete jungle, baby, and it follows jungle rules. Survival of the fittest. Crap for brains here, never had a chance. If it wasn't me, it would have been someone else. What a joke. Imagine killing over just because you lost a bit of cash. Then we've got this dumbass coming at me with even less of a brain. Think about it. If he killed me, how's he gonna get his money back?
Shut the fuck up, asshole.
True. She levels a punch to his gut, sending him crumpling to the ground, gasping for air. Skill issue?
Officer Poitier, what are you doing?
What? I'm teaching this douchebag a lesson.
But we can't do that. It's against the rules.
Yang steps between the two, blocking Potier from doing any more.
Well, I guess the visuals are a cut above the trash when it comes to the DAA. Am I right?
Potier takes a deep breath as she tries to rein in her frustration.
Let's get this straight, rookie. You don't tell me what to do.
Sally.
I should have known. You're just the worst kind of cop. Everything by the book, sticking to your high and mighty principles like you know what's best.
Welcome stream up. She lets out a frosty huff and turns away.
Huh?
杨月，你为什么要告诉老师？因为你们那么做是不对的。
That's the game.
告密精，你不来就算了，为什么要让老师知道？
The story's good so far, though. Like, just started it.
我早说了，就不应该救他。等等，别走！
The clamor of fearful voices cuts her off.
No! Somebody stop him!
Yeah, the story's good so far, but like a solid 1/5 of the way through it. I'm confident in the game that it'll stay good though. What games do you play? Mainly just
Help me!
like, story games or level editors for the most part. Like Minecraft. City Hall has been plugged back into chaos. Johnny lets out a shriek, scrambling to get as far away as possible.
Get away!
He hurls the officer aside. Blood drips down his fingers from the thumb he broke the piss hand out of the cuffs. He moves with inhuman strength, fighting off the approaching officers with ease.
Out of my way! I will kill you! I will kill you all!
The visual novels. I don't play many visual novels, but like be interested in actually playing visual novels, but if there's a free one, I do not have much money. Are you Maker 3 for the Switch? When there's an emulator.
Damn it, is this dude high or something?
No, I don't think this is drugs. It's an arcane skill. I sense some kind of evil spirit. I think I can stop him, ma'am.
Tension between them has totally forgotten. The situation is urgent. Voltaire gives a sharp nod.
Fine, whatever it is, whatever you think you can do it.
I do have one VN that's downloaded that I haven't played yet. I'll probably just play in my off time though.
I will. This is my duty.
Lane gives a firm nod before rushing towards the suspect.
Kill! I must kill this bastard! Who are you?
Please stay calm, sir. I have no weapon. I'm just here to make a phone call.
What? A phone call?
Yes. And you are going to make it.
Who are you dialing?
You'll soon find out. 强梁既出，亡有不为，斩杀凶旧，消结不祥。
Same called I Want to Be a Game of. The reason why I'm not going to stream is the reason I found out about the game. Because a friend of mine streamed it. I already know most of the plot element, but there's just different characters. Like different paths or whatever. Anyways. There's still a lot of battle. Something's coming out of his body. Watch yourself, Rookie. That kind of non-corporeal vector. Alright, I don't see ghost the aura. Deep ghost plates. What are those? According to Eastern records, the entities that can kill entities more versus, but this time astonishingly, most plagues have taken on human. How I have some regular transfer. Your duty along Jimmy has always been to drive those plagues. Trying to bring it into this.
I'll be right here.
Please, allow me.
Easy. A fragment of truth.
Believe on the talisman. Scientific
All in
version.
moderation.
Sit over there.
Would you care to lie down?
3 p.m. for
On the talisman. Scientific version.
easy video game.
Finally, it's just you and me, Master.
No! My head! I'm so sorry, Mama.
With one last garbled whisper, the man collapses. The officers around him remain frozen, still too wary to approach. Late night? No, like 3 p.m. in the afternoon.
Should we cuff him?
Allow me. But I believe we should bring him to the hospital to be checked over immediately.
Think you can handle him? We got this con man to take care of.
He follows the older officer's gaze. Not long ago, Johnny 3 times was brimming with arrogance. Now he is a crumpled heap on the floor. A dark stain was formed in the crotch of his pants. I would stream at night if I didn't live with people I don't want to disturb sleeping.
God, what a loser.
Altia sneers, shaking her head as she turns away. He hesitates, shifts her gaze to Liang.
So, you know what I'm about to say, right?
Hmm?
Liang looks visibly confused, but more understandably this time.
Okay, I'm sorry. Is that what you want? For me to say it? Sorry. I felt bad for that guy, but there was nothing we could do for him while he was possessed. If it weren't for you, we might have shot him. Well done, Visual Liang. And please just forget what I said. I was out of line.
The moment her apology ends, she turns her head, unwilling to see Liang's reaction. After a long pause, there is no response. Have a Discord server? I do not.
Say something.
I've been meaning to make one, but I've just been procrastinating it for a long while. He looks back to see Liang frozen in surprise.
Oh, right. It's okay. I didn't take it to heart.
Good. Who's there?
A stiff laugh hits their ears. Altair springs back like a startled cat.
Sorry, I shouldn't eavesdrop. It's a bad habit. It's just... You remind me of my friends back in the old days.
You're the lady that tried to help us soothe him. Thank you for the help. It could have turned out much worse if you hadn't been there. Thank you again.
That's too kind of you, young Vigil. I just did what anyone should. Really, it was you and your partner that were the real heroes.
Gotta go.
You're too modest, ma'am.
Thank you for dropping by.
Actually, forgive me
Have
for
a good rest of
asking.
your day.
Haven't I seen your face before?
She studied the woman's face for quite some time before speaking this out aloud. Good picture. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed your stay. Haven't met in person. It was in some other way, but how? Where? She has barely begun forming the words when the woman gives her her answer.
Good to know that someone still remembers those old flicks, even after all these years.
The features of the face beneath her beret overlap with the face from the... The face she remembers lacked the maturity and composure of the one before her. A face was brimming with youthful confidence, full of fire and energy. But one thing has remained the same. Those bright, shining eyes, like stars twinkling on silver screen television sets.
Yes, from the movies. That's right. You are...
Oops, you got me. I'm casing. Or were you hoping I'd say Detective CO7?
She winks at the two dumbfounded officers.
A full report will take some time. You'll need to wait for now.
Thank you, Doctor.
Our perp had his ID with him. That saves us a lot of digging. Eric Wong, 43, runs a grocery store in Chinatown. Let's see. The only family member we've got is his wife, a Lillian Lau, who immigrated to the States 10 years ago. Both have no criminal record, totally clean. He's an arcanist apparently, and a powerful one at that. But no reports of any prior misuse of arcana. His car was found near the crime scene, all filled up with potatoes and carrots from the wholesalers. Either this was just a spur-of-the-moment wacko move, or some bizarre attempt at a tuber-based alibi. Anyway, we've contacted his wife, and she should be here soon. Maybe we'll get some more clues from her. Yo, Liang, you listening?
Oh, you're right.
The answer is obvious. Altair takes a deep breath.
Earth calling Liang!
Whoa!
The sudden shout snaps Liang out of her daze.
Officer Podia, we're in a hospital. We should keep quiet.
I would have, but that didn't seem likely to bring you back to Earth, Space Cadet. So what's got you lost in space now?
I'm just thinking.
About what?
About Miss Qixing.
Right. I guess you're really into those movies, huh? It's all good, boo.
I get the picture now. Our little CO7 fan sneaking into the cinema behind her parents' back. You know, you're beginning to almost seem human, Princess.
At first, I thought you might be an android. Like those Laplace bots they've got writing parking tickets for us.
Ling looks as if she wants to argue. But at the last moment, she stops herself.
In fact, I do like Miss Qixing's CO7 movies very much. Her character means a lot to me.
Oh, is that the reason why you decided to be a visual?
Specifically, yes. It's the reason I decided my destiny was to be in the police. But back to the topic. I was thinking about Miss Qixing, but it wasn't because I like her or anything like that.
She shakes her head, her gaze sharpening, her brow furrows slightly.
It's just that her being here made me think about Night Piercer. Miss Qixing has a similar arcane skill to the one he appears to use. She called it Silver Needle. She even performed it in her movies. Could that really just be a coincidence?
Huh?
The officer knits her brow as if she's just been hit with a bad joke. But Liang's deep in thought continues.
And what she said felt meaningful in some way. It's a great pleasure to meet you, Miss Qixing. I grew up watching your films. But what are you doing here in LA? I mean, if it's okay to ask?
Sure, not a problem at all. I'm here to see an old friend.
Though she was once a star known across the nation, Qixing speaks warmly and without airs, like she's chatting with an old friend.
Is it Miss Noah? I heard she's planning a new film.
Oh, so you heard the news? It's been a long time since I last saw her. You're right though, kid. I've got something I need to talk to her about.
Of course. That's great. Oh, and the Dushu Festival is coming soon. I hope you all go to the Shehu Parade in Chinatown. It'll be so much fun to see you there.
Huh?
The quiet, reserved Liang suddenly turned chatty. Lothier stares at her like an entirely different person.
Shehu. Is it really that time of year again?
You don't like the parade?
He is definitely on the spectrum.
Of course I do. I like every bit of it. Watching people eat, perform, and come together to celebrate the end of the year, and to pray for peace and good luck in the next. I like the pure and simple wish that the Shehu parade carries. But it always reminds me of the ending.
What ending?
Qixing falls silent, shaking her head, but no more explanation is needed. Liang's memories have come back to her.
You mean the ending of the last film in the CO7 series?
She must have guessed correctly. Qixing's eyes widen a little, and she gives a small nod.
Yes. I know lots of people like that ending. A reflection of reality, they say. Tragedy leaves people with a deeper impression than comedy. But as for me, I hated it. The good guys failed and the bad guys won? What kind of an ending is that? Maybe we don't get a say in how things work in reality. but in stories we can. We should. Reality itself is tragic enough already. Why should a movie remind us of how absurd things really are? What goes around comes around. That's what people want to see in the movies.
Our tone has turned unusually serious for discussion about film, but these words strike a chord with me.
I agree with you. When I was little, I also didn't like how it ended. Maybe it's true that reality can't guarantee us true justice, but I still want to see justice being served, at least in fiction.
This response seems to earn Ji Xing's approval.
I feel the same way. Pardon me for asking. That beast you summoned was something else. It reminded me of a certain creature, a legendary beast from the north of China. 強梁既出，網友不為，斬殺兇舊，梟截不詳. That must make you a descendant of the Liang family, right?
Something in Ji Xing's eyes make Liang feel as though she's standing too close to an open flame. But even so, she answers truthfully.
Yes, I'm Liang Yue, from the Liang family of the 12 Jins.
Liang Yue. Liang Yue. It's a good name, little Vigil. I'll keep it in mind.
Side, same coin. People generally prefer to maintain their distance before promises are made.
I read an article about the conflicts between Miss Qi Xing and the other two producers of the CO7 series.
My OBS is saying that I'm dropping some frames, so hopefully it's not too bad. Kinda just expected at this point.
Before, I thought it was only rumors. But now, thinking over what she said, what if it's true? What am I saying? It's ridiculous.
Then stop pouting over it, Princess. We've got work to do.
The hallway of the La Plaza Rehabilitation Center, a cooperative hospital, bustling with people. Then thought, being is jolted back to reality by a firm clap on the back. You ready for my meeting? Thank you for joining. And good luck with your meeting.
You want to bet on how many people in LA have similar arcane skills? Come on, it's a total coincidence. You don't really think they're the same person, do you? That'd be nuts.
The question now is how they're misdirecting this. Are they going to misdirect it as a just clearly obvious red herring, or are they going to misdirect it as the obvious red herring is actually the suspect?
I mean, it's the Detective CO7 we're talking about. Sure, she's been retired from acting for a while, but she's like super famous. If she was gonna go all kooky and start taking out crooks like she was the real CO7, why wait all this time? It's been years since her last movie, and we're only just dealing with this Nightpiercer guy now. Besides, it's not like it's a crazy, unusual type of arcane skill. Who knows? Maybe this Nightpiercer guy is a fan of Detective CO7's films too.
can't rule out anything yet. Hey, you okay in there? Did I knock the wind out of you?
It's okay. I'm fine.
Bing shakes her head. Gautier, still bewildered, perhaps feeling a little guilty, insists that she didn't mean to hit her so hard. Not that it matters. At least the sudden smack did the trick in pulling Liang out of her spiraling thoughts. Neither test results nor the suspect family have arrived yet. Liang makes her way to the vending machine at the far end of the hallway. With the coins Gautier dropped in her hand, as half-hearted apology as she buys herself an orange juice. But that absurd thought, ridiculous sketch from earlier, still refuses to leave her mind.
Forget it. Just like you said, it doesn't make any sense.
All attempts to push the thought from her mind are failing. That is, until a frantic voice catches the air.
But you're injured, ma'am. You can't just leave.
I'm totally fine. It's just a tiny smidge of damage. I can fix it myself.
You call a broken arm a smidge? Need to let us treat it immediately.
What's going on here?
The doctor recognizes her uniform immediately.
Are you a vigil? Could you help me stop this girl? She's trying to leave with a broken arm. She was in an accident, but since she's woken up, she's refused to let us examine anything. She might not be our normal kind of patient, but we're doctors. We can't let someone leave when they need immediate medical attention.
A vigil? I'm in a hurry now. I'm gonna miss my bus.
Beneath the girl's clothing, exposed skin has a cold, metallic sheen. That must be what the doctor meant by not our normal kind of patient. Liang notices the emblem on her chest. Wagging hers as an employee of the St. Pavel Foundation. How odd that she'd have such a panicked reaction to the sight of a vigil.
There'll be another bus, but you only have one buddy. You should listen to the doctor. Sit down and wait until you're cleared to leave. Please show us your ID so that the doctor can give you treatment.
For a few stiff seconds, the girl's mechanical head freezes in place. Then, the movement almost too fast to follow. It's
Look! A hamster riding a stethoscope!
A hamster what?
the bizarreness of these words leaves Liang no choice but to glance in the pointed direction, only to confirm, of course, that there is no hamster nor stethoscope in sight.
Now! Hey, wait!
I'm just obvious.
Do you feel ready to discuss it?
Why are you chasing me? It's just over that way. You should cooperate. Stop right there. Don't run through the corridor like that, you.
Perfectly understood. Ha!
Don't be afraid.
Do have a little faith in me, Master. Found it! Those gates! Copy that!
Don't worry. It's been proven safe.
Believe Balloon Talisman! Scientific
No use in
version!
avoiding it.
The video game.
Watch out!
Sorry, I'm after a...
The hospital's narrow hallways are hardly suitable for a chase. Ian quickly finds her path blocked by supply carts. By the time she's made it past, the mechanical-headed girl has disappeared. Her metal chameleon communication device issued by the Division of Arcane Affairs gives off its distinctive chime.
Hey, Rookie, where did you go? Get back here. The medical report is ready, and Mr. Wong's family just arrived.
Understood. How's Mr. Wong doing?
There's a long pause on the other end of the line.
It's not pretty.
Mr. Wong is lying unconscious on the hospital bed, looking haggard. His breathing is labored and raspy, like wind rattling through a hollowed-out log.
How? What happened to him? He seems completely normal this morning.
Her legs go weak. Were it not for the man supporting her, she might have collapsed entirely.
Please relax, Miss Wong. We have to wait and see what the doctor says.
You again?
Voltaire instantly recognizes him. One of the Division of Arcane Affairs, the least welcome and
Right. You're the local arcane private eye, aren't you, Joe? Are you commissioned by the victim?
What?
Man's eyes widen in surprise before shooting Voltaire a venomous glaze.
Unlike some taxi leeches out there, I actually help people in need. I don't charge a fee when it comes to my neighbors.
Sorry.
He clearly has no interest in time like this. He lets out a cold snort and turns to the doctor. Look.
Miss Liang has cleared the unknown arcane skill that was afflicting him. His physical condition is stable, but I fear there may be some long-term effects on his mind. He seems to be suffering from a severe thought and memory disorder. It would be best to keep him asleep.
Doctor, when will he wake up? Can I speak to him?
For now, we suggest against it. It may cause him additional distress to see someone familiar to him. We fear there might be memory loss.
What? How? What should I do now? With this mother gone, I can't take any more of this.
Madam.
The woman looks as though all her strength has been drained from her body as she slumps into a nearby chair. Liang opens her mouth to offer comfort, can't seem to find the right words. Zhao's gaze sweeps past Voltaire before settling on.
So, who's a little China's kid? Did the DAA give you a sidekick to do your job for you? Forget it, lah. Listen, if you are not going to do your best to help these people, then it's better you just stay out of my way.
Liang looks at Voltaire with a questioning gaze. Voltaire shakes her head and sighs, gesturing her to come closer before handing over the hospital's diagnosis.
When they first brought him in, there were remnants of the arcanum riddled through his body. It might have gone a long way to proving he wasn't in control of himself. But I guess anything definitive has already faded away. The doctors couldn't isolate a cause. Worst case scenario, they might not believe us and have this poor guy shoved off to the funny farm.
Liang clenches her fist and looks toward the woman curled up in the hospital chair, quietly sobbing. She looks so small against the oversized seat. Finally, Liang steps forward and crouches beside her chair. After a brief hesitation, she reaches out and places a hand over the woman. Zhao looks surprised.
Madam, please. You need to stay strong for your husband. They've brought in some of the best doctors from the Laplace Rehab Center. If there is anyone that can help him, it'll be them.
In a way, it is a promise with no real guarantee. A statement that could almost be considered a lie. But even lies have value when a person needs to hear them. The woman hastily wipes her tear-streaked face and lifts her head.
He said that he was going to buy produce from the wholesalers. But I couldn't reach him. And then the police called. My husband is a good man. Everyone knows that. He would never do something like this. Please, miss. You have to help us.
The woman grasps Liang's hand, held tightly in hers, her fingers trembling. Her hands are gentle yet rough, edged with years of hard work, the kind of hands that earned through long days and nights of striving for a better life. Her palm, you can feel the woman's desperate burning warmth. So hot, she feels it could scorch her. Liang takes a deep breath.
You can rely on us, ma'am. We'll find out the truth behind this. I promise you.
He gives the woman's hand a firm, reassuring squeeze.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You are our only hope. Please.
Sometimes, a lie can become the truth. All it takes is someone willing to make it so. The door to the ward is shut behind them. After a moment of silence, Altair tilts her head.
Rookie mistake, Princess. Never make a promise about something you don't get to decide on.
I'm sorry, Miss Bordier, but I only mean...
Hold it. I didn't say we weren't gonna do our best.
The words she was about to say no longer serve any purpose. Instead, Liang does something Potier never seen her do before. She smiles.
Thank you, ma'am.
Not so fast. We still need some solid evidence if we're gonna crack this case.
But where to begin? It seems like there are no obvious clues beyond what we were seeing. Mr. Wong had no enemies, and was well loved in his community. If that's the case, then it can't be a simple motivation. Still, something sticks out to me. When I ask about any recent events or happenings, it wasn't Mrs. Wong that answered. It was...
Potier already knows where this is going.
Joe, our private eye with a chip on his shoulder against the DAA.
Yes. He mentioned that there have been strange things going on around LA's Chinatown recently. According to my notes, he mentioned there were children that suddenly became distant and unresponsive, young men that began showing signs of memory loss, and an otherwise healthy elder that rapidly developed signs of dementia, absent-mindedness, empty despondence towards family and friends, memory loss. It all sounds very familiar to Mr. Wong's condition. But no one thought to bring the matter to the police. I also spoke with the nurses here. They said they've also noticed an increase in patients from Chinatown complaining of confusion and memory loss. I guess once again, no one thought it was serious enough for our attention.
Potier's expression darkens.
Well, what you thinking, Cadet? Are all these cases related? If it's as widespread as you're making it out to be, we might be in over our heads.
Even so, I think we can't overlook it as a possibility. Arcane skills that directly affect the mind are rare, but they do exist. I've read of similar cases in the Vigil's archive. One of them, as I recall, had very similar symptoms to what we're seeing here.
Yang's brow furrows.
However, if there were some criminal intention behind all of these symptoms, what could it be? Or could it be an accident? Maybe a child with a powerful arcane skill who can't control it. Or some unregulated and dangerous arcane objects. We can't draw any conclusions without more evidence.
The two officers look troubled. Then, as if something has clicked in her mind, Lethier's face lights up.
Arcane objects. Isn't there a department in the Foundation that stores and records dangerous arcane materials?
Yes, at the headquarters of the Foundation. And its official name is the Arcanum Containment Department.
Ah, voilà. Je crois que je suis arrivée.
Matilda jump scare.
C'est bien plus lumineux et spacieux que je ne l'avais imaginé.
French jump scare. Secret warrant. Gold drinks, fat bounties, and long holidays. Shaman never works out that way.
Des armoires et encore des armoires. Qui est responsable ici? J'avais l'impression que c'était un département important, non? Où est la sécurité?
The ever-curious Matilda weaves her way through the rows of filing cabinets. She has read about this department and telling the Foundation's history.
Le département contient tous les objets connus qui ont produit des phénomènes dangereux ou mystérieux liés à l'arcane. Certains disent même qu'il contient chaque mystère arcanique résolu et non résolu, jamais enregistré. Et bien sûr, le plus grand mystère de tous les temps, la tempête, les défie toujours. Comme c'est le cas pour nous tous, il semble que chaque département sont désormais tournés vers l'étude de la tempête. Il y a peu de temps pour ces énigmes plus triviales.
Her footsteps echo through the empty department, and the odd sense that she's being watched settles over her. Silence can be comforting. It can also be unsettling, a breeding ground for loneliness, spreading up long-buried unease.
Je me demande comment va maman. Madame Z a dit qu'elle la surveillerait, mais toujours pas de nouvelles.
She finds herself pausing, her gaze lowering to the ground. But only for a moment.
Non! Ressaisis-toi, Mathilda Boaniche! C'est ta maman, la plus grande mère de tous les temps! Qu'est-ce qui pourrait bien avoir mal tourné?
With renewed confidence, she picks up her pace, her pale ponytail bouncing behind her.
Maintenant, sa fille la plus remarquable est en train d'accomplir une mission importante pour la Fondation. Contrairement à certains autres qui ont consacré leur temps précieux à des vacances au nom de réveiller les jeux d'Uluru. On espère tout de même qu'ils réussiront à rendre ces jeux aussi grandioses et sublimes qu'ils disent qu'il était dans le passé lointain, ou sinon...
Just as she passes another set of shelves, something catches her eye.
Everything's fine here. Now on to the next row. This is one of my favorites.
What is it?
An excellent question, miss. See that serial number on it? AN003. A water sample from the Peilin River. Number 003. There are hundreds of thousands of samples, collections, and records here. But no matter who you ask, this particular one will always make their top list. Collected in a remote city in China, when the investigators arrived, they found that it had been isolated in time. All its inhabitants dressed and lived as if they were from the late Tang Dynasty. They were completely unaware of the state of the world beyond their lands, as if trapped in a time capsule from the forgotten past.
Oh.
The liquid inside the vial is clear and pristine, less like the river water and more like a perfectly liquefied gemstone. Hilda can't help but stare in fascination.
But how is that possible? Did no one ever leave the city? Not even to travel or do business?
You're a clever one, miss. Yes, it seems the investigators were confused too. In the end, they realized that an arcane skill was affecting the Peilin River. Sadly, it seems the arcane energy was dissipating by the time they arrived, and they weren't able to figure out its cause. This is the only sample they were able to recover. Laplace has been begging for access to it. They're eager to unravel the mystery.
Wow, that is indeed a most intriguing claim.
It's not just a claim, miss. It's real. Wait. Miss Matilda Boaniche?
The careless young staff member only now seems to fully recognize Matilda's presence.
You've heard of me?
Yeah, of course. Who hasn't heard of the Boaniches and their star investigator daughter? Didn't you know that everyone's been talking about you since you joined the Foundation? Actually, my mother and I went to visit you. Oh, but I haven't introduced myself. Constance Scott. I'm a fellow graduate from SPDM. Of course, now, I'm just a record keeper here.
It doesn't seem like it's modesty. Every top student of the SPDM was granted the honor of having their name inscribed in the school's Hall of Fame. Matilda has never once come across the name Scott.
Actually, I've been looking for you as well, Miss Scott. Commissioner Pedra asked me to give this to you.
A letter? What's it about?
I couldn't say, but he had a most unpleasant look about him as he gave it to me. Then he asked me to review my report on the events in San Francisco. Are you alright? Your face has grown quite pale.
I'm fine. I just have a bad feeling I know what I'm about to read.
Having bid farewell to Matilda, Scott makes her way to a secluded room within the department, the letter clutched in her hand. She carefully closes the door behind her, and, with one last glance around the room, opens the envelope. A single sheet of paper floats out from within, one carrying a heavy metal.
The investigation has been concluded. Unfortunately, their findings were exactly as we feared. The suspect must be apprehended ASAP, and all efforts must be made to retrieve this arcane object before either cause further trouble. You must leave immediately. Her last reported sighting was in Chinatown, Los Angeles.
Sorry, could you say that again? Ji Ma Wu? And that means paper horse dance? Okay, I got it.
喂，老細，今日仲有冇燒肉啊？揞埋晒啦！
咁啊切條叉燒，整多半隻白切雞啊！
Wow. Daddy, look! There's a dragon on the floor! That's totally cool!
People speaking many languages can weave around each other on the crowded avenue. Yang wanders among them, stopping every now and then to take it all in.
Welcome to Chinatown. How do you like it?
Yes, it does give me a certain sense of nostalgia. Do you come here often, Miss Boydier?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, outside of work, it's been a while. 3 years or so.
Only once in 3 years? I don't think you can consider that often.
Gaultier waves a hand, looking down the lively streets on either side.
Yeah, well, it's a fun place for a day trip, sure. But things are different when you put on the uniform. Remember that private eye back at the hospital, Joe? You can get an impression about how people see the police around here from him.
You mean that the residents here don't cooperate with the Arcane Affairs Division?
Well, it's complicated. There's a lot of language and cultural barriers. Folks here just don't turn to the police to solve their problems. Even when they do, we feel like we have no idea where to start. The thing that surprised me the most was how arcanists of all kinds and humans live so closely together here. I guess it's the same in China, isn't it? I remember this one time, we had a call about a break-in. When we got there, it turned out the shopkeeper was a big white bird as tall as I am. And this other time, we're chasing down a lost puppet for some lame-ass puppeteer. Anyways, so I asked an old lady if she'd seen a doll nearby. You know what she said? Well, I don't know what she said, but she started going off about me being a Laowai. Now give me some credit. I might not speak Chinese, but I do know Laowai means foreigner. So excuse me? Like I'm American, baby. Born and raised.
Sorry.
Yang knows she should remain serious. I can't help but be tickled by Gaultier's indignation. Gaultier shoots her a glare, but then he heaves a quiet sigh.
That's not even the half of it. The thing is, I don't hate it here. Although I can't say I love Chinatown very much either. To be honest, most of us on the force haven't found a way to make inroads with the people here.
If that's the problem, why don't we try to understand things step by step? Maybe then we can start fresh? We're here anyway.
Liang turns back and examines the archway at the beginning of the road. They've already been in this other world for a while.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. If we're gonna get anywhere, then we'll have to start here. But we need to check another task off our list first.
They cross the road and turn into a narrow alleyway.
Should be right there, down the alley. Feeling excited, rookie? We're about to pay a visit to your favorite director, Noir.
Favorite? What? No. I just like the movies, that's all. I've got no specific feelings for the director.
Liang can't hold back her rebuttal. Under Gaultier's teasing gaze, stops herself.
Maybe just a little. I am curious about the mind of the director behind such great movies. But this is strictly a police matter, so I will act with professional self-restraint. Actually, I've made a request with the Vigil's intelligence branch for a file on Director Noah and any related events. We should get it soon.
You've got a file on her already? Feels like you're going a bit overboard, rookie. It wasn't actually the director that called us. Her assistant did. Later on, Noir herself contacted us and said the so-called threat was just a misunderstanding. Normally, we'd leave it at that. There's too much real crime out there to bother with a case where the victim doesn't think anything happened. Still, according to dispatch, the assistant was real spooked over it. The operator got the feeling we should give it a second look, so they kept the file open. But look, this is just a follow-up and an excuse to come down here. So keep your mind on the real mission.
Got it, ma'am.
The scene from the Division of Arcane Fairs yesterday flashes across Liang's mind. After leaving the hospital, they immediately returned to report their findings and highlight the dangers lurking behind Chinatown's strange events. But the higher-ups had a different take on things.
It's been reassigned to the local precinct.
Voltaire stands in the doorway to the deputy chief's office and shakes her head. Liang immediately catches a subtle shift in her expression.
What's wrong? What does that mean?
Nothing, kid. It's just most of the force aren't trained to deal with arcane crimes. Don't get me wrong. They're good, capable officers, but I'm worried. If this was any other case, I'd keep my mouth shut. But come on, this is clearly our department. This case has arcanum all over it. I don't think they know what they're getting into.
For a brief moment, neither speaks. Then, Liang's eyes light up.
Miss Boydier, I have an idea. What if we...
We prioritize Noir's case, which just happens to put us in Chinatown, so there's no harm in asking a few questions about our other investigation. I knew there was a little rebel in you, Liang. You like to bend the rules, just not break them. Am I right?
Not too often. Actually, I think we're obliged to take Miss Noah's case seriously, even if it wouldn't help us with the other case. Please wait a minute. It's my communication device.
Liang pulls out the communication device, often criticized by the Foundation employees for being too bulky. Tia leans in to get a better look. A chameleon calm perched on her chest, stretches its neck in curiosity.
SBF-1 portable contact device activated. You've received a new message. Downloading attachment. Download complete. Please check your mailbox.
Message? What's it about?
It's from the intelligence department. They've found her records. Miss Noah is registered with the Foundation. There might be something in her files that can provide us some clues.
She opens the pinned email and scans the attached file. Her expression turns serious.
Wait, is this...
I'm gonna go ahead and end here. I just kinda don't really feel good. I'm a little lightheaded. Another short stream, but still more progress. Just it's, yeah, at the very least I need to eat something. I'm just gonna go ahead and end early. Hopefully stream tomorrow. thank you all for watching. Oyasumi.